folk ought to see something in you. You shouldn't just be going around having to wear a sign telling folk I am a Christian.
That's right.
You shouldn't have to wear a badge that say I'm a deacon, or that I'm a usher, or that I'm a missionary, or I'm a choir member. Folk ought to see something in you by what you do in your day-to-day living. You see, I believe that Paul and James both complement one another. See, if we don't have James, we can't understand fully what Paul was trying to say. Because the great theme of James is the kind of faith that saves us and really transforms us has got to be the kind of faith that exists in three different dimensions at the same time. I want to share with you the three dimensions that your faith needs to exist in if it is the faith that will save us and deliver us unto the day of redemption. See, first of all, our faith needs to be an intellectual faith. Now, please understand, folks, I'm not saying everybody ought to have a Bible college degree or have read all of the great theologians. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I am saying that your faith ought not be based just on emotional events.
That's right.
See, this is about thinking. God didn't take you out of your right mind when you accepted Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. You should have come to this decision not because the preacher kicked his leg and ran up and down the aisle, not because the choir sang your song and they sang it real well, not because Big Mama was stretched out yesterday and I'm at church today because I feel bad because Big Mama gone. No, you need to come to Jesus Christ with the thought that there's something in my life that I need that I can't get anywhere else. You see, genuine faith corresponds to what is true. Faith is not believing in something despite the evidence. It is believing in something reasonably and logically because of the evidence. There's some folks say, well, how can you believe in a man that died 2,000 years ago? And they say he got up. Well, how can you believe that Julius Caesar was emperor of the Roman Empire? You wasn't there. You only read about it in the book or what somebody told you. And you know, we live in a time now that folks don't want to believe stuff that happened and the people that went through it were there. I remember reading Benjamin O. Davis Jr.'s autobiography, and he stated in his autobiography in the 4 years that he was at West Point that he was censored. In other words, that's how they deal with folks that they believe had an honor violation. And I guess white folks figured it was an honor violation that he was there. He was the first black to graduate from West Point in the 20th century. And the 4 years that he was there, they literally ignored him. That's what they do when they censor you at the military academies. They just act like you ain't there. Or as my mama would say, they just politely ignore you. For 4 years, he was there. Folk wouldn't eat with him. Folk wouldn't talk to him. When he took his swimming class, he couldn't get his life-saving certificate from the Red Cross because nobody would partner with him. When he took ballroom dancing, he had to dance with a broom because none of the other cadets would dance with him. And after he published his autobiography, there was a gentleman who also had obtained the rank of general and was retired, who was at West Point when he was there, had the audacity to tell folk, I don't remember that happening. He was there. I don't remember that happening. There's only black man at West Point. How are you going to ignore the fact that they ignored him for 4 years? Well, I didn't know. Ahmadinejad gets in front of the United Nations and says the Holocaust didn't exist. It was a fabrication so that they could go steal the Palestinians' land. I don't know. I wasn't there, but my daddy told me when he was in World War II and when they came up through Italy and as they liberated one of the concentration camps, he said when he was driving his truck into the concentration camp, he saw what he thought was cordwood stacked up. He said, wow, they got a whole bunch of wood. But as he got closer, he saw that those are human bodies. And it forever changed his life to see something of that horrific. Folk could tell you the stuff won't happen. Well, what they got to do with Jesus Christ? Yes, he died 2,000 years ago. How do you know? Because there were folks who saw it. They witnessed it. They saw him die. They saw them string him up, hang him on that cross. They saw him lay in a borrowed tomb. They saw the fact that when they went to the tomb, wasn't nobody there. They saw him walk around resurrected. He appeared to the saints. He sat with them and taught them for 40 days. Then they saw him ascend. Yeah, but some of us ain't going to believe it if CNN didn't tell it. Well, you know, let's bring this thing to the 21st century. You know what the Lord has done in your life. At least you ought to. And I'm not just talking about, oh, he woke me up this morning. You know, some of y'all sitting here right now by the grace of God. Some of you walked away from automobile accidents that people say you should have been dead. Some of you sitting here, you ain't had no money. Your parents didn't have any money, yet you in college. There's some of you sitting here who had professors and teachers who told you you need to go ahead and concentrate on getting you a trade, and you end up at Tuskegee University. Some of you that matriculated through Tuskegee University and wonder how I got through. By the grace of God, you got through.